Woo, no excuses. Ay, yeah, I don't wanna hear excuses. I just like to make moves and make improvements. I just like to break rules, maybe start some new trends. Live the life that I choose, cutting off the loose ends.
Welcome to Countdown to Game Day in Lincoln, Nebraska, and College Game Day. We are so excited to be back for the first time to 2007. You're watching Countdown to College Game Day, presented by Coca-Cola. Share Coke this season. Nebraska, the Cornhuskers, they are about to host Ohio State, the 5th best team in the nation. That game happens on ABC tonight. But of course, you can find us 30 minutes before College Game Day starts every single Saturday. You can get us on Twitter, YouTube TV, stream it live on the ESPN app. And we're just here to kind of have a little bit of a party with all of these fans that have shown up, brought their signs, and gotten excited because there's a huge Big Ten matchup coming your way. What's up? Woo! Maria Taylor, David Pollack. We've got Jason Fitz, the Normals are here, and a birthday boy. Michael Jr.
Oh, birthday boy, huh?
Yeah, the Dirty 30 this year.
Dirty 30.
Oh, yeah.
How did you spend your night, like getting prepared for this?
So, you know what? I got to bed early.
That's true.
Rick Ross
that is true.
in Lincoln, Nebraska, and so I figured, well, if he's going to be here and I'm going to be here.
Early tease, just so you know, that is a real thing that we'll have video of, okay?
I'm not jealous or anything that you got. Like, last week you hang out with Quavo. Last night you hang out with Rick Ross. I'm the Grammy voter here, and I still don't get to hang out with any of the musicians.
Hey, next year for your 50th, that's what we'll do.
You know what? I'll still look better at 50 than he does at 37.
Breaking in at the retirement.
Wow. We're in Nebraska, though, for the first time in a long time, right? This is
2007.
2007,
Yeah.
so I was still actually in college.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I wasn't on the show.
You were not on the show.
No.
I was going to be a senior in high school. Right?
Oh, okay.
I was on the road touring as a musician. Like, I was already a professional.
What we're telling you is a lot of things have changed since the last time College Game Day was in Lincoln, Nebraska. But what hasn't changed are the fans that are behind us, because apparently they've had sellouts every single home game since 1960.
That's a staggering fact. 371 consecutive sellouts. For, let's be honest, a program that has had some up and down years during that period, the fact that they've kept that sellout streak going tells you something about what we should have anticipated here, which is an epic crowd of people that are ready for excitement.
And they were able to watch guys like this, and Dominican Sue, remember, that's who was still in college back in 2000.
The most dominant college football player, one of the most dominant college football players ever. I mean, that guy
one of the
just
biggest crimes as far as the Heisman Trophy not going to a non-offensive
Well, you know how this works. Defensive players,
not about that.
especially linemen, aren't included.
It's not about you
It's
guys,
not about you. It's about offensive guys.
Yes,
it's about quarterbacks. It's about running backs, kind of more about quarterbacks than anything.
And college football is about history. The cool thing about what's happening here in Nebraska now is Scott Frost, formerly a quarterback in Nebraska, won an national
Right there, by the way. Look at his sign. Look at Frosty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at these.
That guy.
Crop tops are making a comeback in 2019.
He's wearing a crop top right now.
He still looks like that, by the way.
Junior, by the way, is trying to
Frosty.
Look at him.
Oh, hey, I know we ran into him at the title game in Atlanta 2 years ago, and I looked, I said, Scott, forget a couple plays. You got a few series left in you.
Yes, and by the way, one of the coolest things about him, just going completely off topic here, dude wakes up every day without an alarm. Every time he eats, he brushes his teeth, like every time. Works out every single day, like gets an hour every single day. Like he is 100% like.
This sounds like a man after your own heart.
Oh, this is my kind of dude, man. He is
we
regimented.
went to our production meeting, and he was talking about just kind of like the adventures he goes on. One of them, he's like, oh yeah, went to South Africa, got in cages, swam with great whites, like climbed the Grand Canyon. Just whatever you would think is like a difficult challenge, he just wants to go and do it just because.
Well, we're going to get into a lot of what's going
Living
to
his
happen
best
today
life.
with Nebraska. But as you guys mentioned, last night there was a party in Nebraska already. Rick Ross got that. Michael Jr. is here for like 3 seconds. He gets to hang out with Rick Ross. Check this out from last night, Gojo and Rick Ross.
Mike Pollack here with Countdown to Game Day with Rick Ross. Rick, we know you're a big college football man. How'd you end up here in Nebraska?
Man, you already know, man. Either way, if you love athletics, if you love sports, some way, either regardless where you're from, you're gonna be a Cornhusker at some time.
Now I know Dwayne Wade on this side, LeBron on Ohio State. Who you pulling for tomorrow, Rick?
Man, I just want to see him turned up. I just want to see him turned all the way up, baby.
They're ready for you, Rick. Good luck tonight.
Wow, look at this. Look at that.
Okay.
Front row seat.
He's like, what am I doing?
He's like, what song is he singing? I don't know.
What song was that? What song was that one?
He doesn't know.
That's a good question. At that point, when you lock eyes with Rick Ross and are essentially getting a solo concert, everything just kind of, it's like the movie. Everything slows down.
Right. You don't know what to
was
do
that?
with your hands. I saw.
Oh, that was.
You didn't know what to do with
that
them.
was,
I could say what kind of dancing that is, but I don't think I can say it on camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we understand what kind. It didn't work out too well for me.
That was. Look, I'm going to start clapping on the other side of my
You're
hand.
doing great, sweetie. Everyone's proud of you.
You did really good. That was a part of opening night. So basically the college basketball teams, men's basketball, women's basketball, had their opening showing to all of the fans. And it's kind of cool that you were able to be there. But that's not the only action that was happening because we had 3 games on Friday night. And David, I'm going to bow down to you. You got every single pick right in the Friday night matchups. That doesn't happen that much, but it actually happened this time around. Let's start out with Arizona State.
Thank you, I think.
You picked Herm Edwards.
You dang Skippy.
Beat Cal, the 15th ranked Cal Bears, and I don't know why, but you did it.
Because of
They
Jaden
pulled it
Daniels.
off.
This guy's special, that quarterback. But Benjamin got going last night for the
100
first time.
yards, 3 touchdowns.
By the way, he hadn't got going all season. This is scary if you think about Jaden Daniels and him going together. Arizona State plays hard, plays fast, but Benjamin, when he plays like this, they got a chance to be in the Pac-12.
All right, Coach Corso stepping up to the stage, guys. What's happening?
Every week. This is Lee's rockstar moment.
They're excited for now. Hold on. Patience.
I mean, listen to the crowd.
Do you think they know?
No.
He does that everywhere?
No. Well, I didn't. I didn't
Because of
realize
this
that.
wonderful show, they should.
I know.
yeah, that's
We've
right.
Every week.
opened the veil on that. We've taken you behind the scenes of College Game Day. That's every single week. We wait for Coach to come to the stage and hype up the crowd the only way that he can.
So I want to go back to what you were just saying about Arizona State. Make sense of the Pac-12 for me right now, because right now we
is no
thought
sense.
okay, but how good is the conference at this point? How much attention should they be paid attention to?
Well, it's just like anything else. They're really, really good, but they don't have a national championship contender, so the conference suffers in the end for it. I mean, if you're going to look at across the board, I think it's one of the more competitive conferences. You start talking about them as the ACC, for goodness sakes. I mean, the ACC is Clemson and nail-body. So I think you're going to have a lot of upsets throughout the season, a lot of fun games, a lot of back and forth. So if people can stay awake and watch those games at night, you're going to miss out. But Arizona State, Jaden Daniels is special.
Yeah.
He's not good. He's going to have the potential to be Heisman Trophy type good. He's got that kind of ability. So Arizona State is going to be a team that's going to be very much in it, I think.
And like you said, Benjamin, if he's playing at the same level that we saw last night, 100 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, then at the same time with him, it's going to be a hard match to stop.
And Cal was just in the top 15. So, I mean,
I just want to give the Pac-12 the same benefit of the doubt when they cannibalize each other that we've given other conferences for years when they do the same. We've always looked at it as like, hey, they beat each other up and it's a statement of strength. That's all.
I mean, most conferences are judged by your upper echelon teams.
Yeah.
You're judged by the teams that are going to represent you in the playoff. And so if you knock yourself out of that conversation, we know early on, those games perception-wise, Oregon and Auburn early in the season, matter when we talk about stuff like that. Utah dropping games early in the season matters for stuff like that. It's great to be competitive in the middle teams 4 to 8, but we need 1 through 4 to come to the party, or else it's just tough to treat everyone.
No.
And doesn't it matter who you lose to, too? Like Washington dropping their first matchup. Like, it's hard to validate something.
That's been a bigger issue than who you beat.
Yeah.
If you look at the college football playoff, like Ohio State's out because they got curb stomped by Iowa. They got curb stomped last year by Purdue. That's why Penn State was out, because they lost to Pitt.
Yeah.
Like, you lose to a bad team, it's one of the surefire recipes to say, he gone.
Speaking of Penn State, did anyone watch them play last night against Maryland?
All you needed was a quarter.
Yeah,
and you could turn your TV off and go to sleep.
59-0.
Oh, man. And it continues to, it's been a lot of this, by the way. It's been a lot of beatdowns in the series, but they got to get this fixed if Maryland. Josh started off the season on fire, and you're like, oh, this looks really good. And now you're like, yeah.
The number that's crazy, Maryland was 142-0 the first 2 games, outscoring their opponents. The last 2, 79-17.
So what happened? Like, how does an offense go that far off the rails to have been that successful against, let's face it, a Syracuse team that we thought was going to be very good,
They
too?
suck.
I mean, ultimately,
They played bad teams early.
They played good against Clemson.
They played. Syracuse did? Yeah, they only lost by 30 or 40. I mean, which is good for Clemson. But no, I think playing bad teams early. And another thing too, new system. You see what they like to do. You take away strengths. You force them to do something different. But they got playmakers. But here's another thing too with Maryland to consider. Offensive line is now beat up to like crazy. They were better, much better in the season, losing right tackle, left tackle. I mean, that's not. They're not at a place where they can take those blows and continue to be very, very competitive.
We've seen all the Alabama departures coaching-wise kind of dealing with that, right?
Yeah.
Taninos in Miami having some struggles early on there with the offense. Josh Gaddis at Michigan trying to piece that together. So all the coordinators that left the helm of all that talent, you're right, especially along the offensive line in Alabama, are finding out I can't do nearly as much when I can't just block the front four.
Henry Ruggs and throwing to those guys.
I mean, they don't come with.
The worst in the
Where's Jerry again?
Y'all come with me, boys.
let's be honest. The worst part about this loss is also that there's always a viral moment for the sad fan. Can we just skip the sad? I mean, I hate this for Maryland that they get their butts
What is
kicked.
this,
but
by the
also,
way?
I mean, just
What is this? Is this the blank stare? Because we had the prone cobra, surrender cobra a couple years ago. This is like
This is the Ben Affleck, "Hello Darkness, my old friend."
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That is the cone.
Oh, poor girl. Hey, you know what? Maryland, no more blackouts. No more sellouts. It's just good things haven't happened to them.
Okay, one
Locks
of the
might get turned
storylines
on,
that we've
though.
been watching basically the entire week was De'Aaron King at Houston. This idea that you would take a guy who rewrote the history books at his school at quarterback, would redshirt with the new redshirt rule where you can play 4 games and then sit out the rest of the season and have another year. Now, how do we feel about the idea of taking your best player off the field because you didn't get off to the start that maybe you thought that you should have and have an opportunity to have another season of play?
Yeah, David, and I ask you guys as people that play it, I mean, I'm conflicted. The player in me says if I'm the right guard on this team, if I'm the guy I was, and I look up and I see this, and I'm a senior already going through a coaching change and already dealing with the things that come along with that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm really just in this for me. I circle the wagons and try and put good tape on for the future.
No.
As a fan of seeing college football continue to evolve with the rule that we know now with the red shirts, you get those 4 games. Coaches are getting creative with them. This is the most creative version of that we've seen. It could help build their program in the long term, but you sacrifice a lot of guys' futures in the short term.
the word creative, though, is a little startling. Like, you're right. It is a creative usage of it. But when you think about this, De'Aaron King is somebody that was accountable for 50 touchdowns last year. You're talking about a superstar level player on this team that is now gone, not because of injury, not because at least right now it appears he's going to transfer. He's gone simply because it may be at best benefit for the team. I mean, that's a troubling trend when you think about what it could mean moving forward.
It's called tanking. Welcome to tanking in college football. That's what this is. I mean, you've seen it in the NBA with the 76ers to success. You're seeing it right now with the Dolphins. Welcome to tanking. And yeah, if you're the right guard, you know what sucks? Hey, we tabbed 6 guys to redshirt. I'm not one of them. Like, okay, but I'm going to go fight for my university. I'm going to go fight for you. And, hey, Coach, when you talk about team and bringing us together and, like, we're all fighting for one common purpose. Well, no, some people are not fighting. They're watching, and they could be helping, and I don't think it's a good precedent.
Yeah, I just think we all should have the same reaction to the way we felt about players potentially redshirting and sitting out as if a coaching staff decides to make that move because there's another season or another goal in mind that they have set. One goal in mind here at Nebraska is to have success against Ohio State. And one way to do that is to have Adrian Martinez, your starting quarterback, go off, which he did all last year as a true freshman. Take a look. I got a chance to spend a little time with him yesterday in the facility.
All right, so this is our weight room, Husker Power. It's a pretty big deal here in Nebraska.
What does it mean?
I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, but the Huskers were one of the first programs to really embrace having a strength program. And just being a black shirt, a quote unquote war daddy as our strength coach calls it, just having that mentality every time you step in here and work out.
So can I be a war mommy or what?
I think it's just a general term that applies to everything, you know, it's not necessarily, it's gender neutral, we'll leave it at that. That right there, that's black shirts. So it's kind of a mentality, it's kind of a deal that our defense adopts, and it's something that's been a tradition here in Nebraska for years. And just having those real hard-nosed defenders on your team and having that reminder here in the weight room really just sets the tone for those guys.
Let me ask you this, does the defense only work out on these platforms because they all say black shirts and
No, I must admit, I've been on one of those platforms. Yeah,
so
I
you
have.
can throw up the skull and crossbones too?
I try not to. You know, it's just a defensive thing. You know, you can do it. You're
Am I
good.
gonna get in trouble? Okay,
no,
good.
you're good. Yeah, you do it. I'm a quarterback, so I'm just gonna leave that to the D linemen and the rest of those guys.
Okay, walk me through. A season ago, you play Ohio State in Columbus, lose by less than a touchdown. You get him at home now.
Yeah.
How does it feel this season to win?
Well, I think last year we let the game slip through our fingers a little bit, and this year we're a better team. I think we're going to be ready. We're prepared. We have them at home, and we're ready to go. You know, we've really had a great week of practice, and we just have to go out there and execute now.
Now, Coach would like to share a fact with you. Tonight's game between Ohio State and Nebraska features 2 of the 5 teams in NCAA history to have 900 or more wins. The other 3 are Michigan, Texas, and Alabama. So let's talk this game and maybe what the key to the game is for you, Mike.
Yeah, I think the key to the game on offense for Nebraska is how do you address Chase Young? Might be the best player in college football, and when you've got an end that athletic, David, you know this, you can't give him the same look over and over again. So for a team that's got all of these spread option principles, I'm optioning him, I'm wrapping a tight end around to block him, I'm full line cutting and going down low, trying to make him think, all right, what's coming next? Because if you give him straight up rushes, this Nebraska offensive line is stout, but they don't have the athletes on the edge to keep up with that.
If they get in passing situations, it's not going to be good. It's going to end really, really poorly for Nebraska. But Adrian Martinez has to be special. And you just interviewed him, and he got a lot of love before the season. And Heisman talk was in this discussion with Adrian Martinez as being one of the top 5 guys that were favored. Well, he's going to have to run it. He's going to have to throw it. He's going to have to not turn it over. He's going to have to play really, really good. This crowd, as loud as they are now, are going to have to give them some juice in there big time and mess with Ohio State, get some pre-snap penalties. Kind of Notre Dame last week, Shaw, they burned a couple timeouts, had a bunch of false starts in a tough atmosphere. Nebraska's going to have to bring that tonight.
You know, Adrian Martinez said this is a better team than it was last year. I agree with that principle. However, I think Ohio State's also a substantially better team than it was last year. So I don't know that being better by yourself is enough to keep them into this game the way they want to be.
Scott Frost has his team moving in the right direction. They've won 7, or they're 7-3 in their last 10 games, which is obviously impressive considering the start that they had when he first took over here in Nebraska. And now, you know, there's a report that we have to get to because the Nebraska O-line, they had to play with very heavy hearts last Saturday. Their lone senior, Christian Gaylord, lost his father on Friday. And so the entire team has rallied around him and obviously been there for him. But Christian, he is here with us today, and he is moving forward, trying to do what's best for his father and sharing his message. He even tweeted out to Gabrielle Union that he's a senior on the team that tore his ACL. He has a medical red shirt, but he lost his father in the car accident Friday and said that she is more than welcome to wear her father's jersey. Of course, Gabrielle Union tweeted back that she would love to.
All right,
and
one more
Christian is back with us now.
Again, you guys were
Christian,
awesome.
first of all, thank you so much for being
Grant.
with us.
Stand
One
by.
thing that I noticed you tweeted out to everyone to let them know was that your father is the best person that you've ever met. And I know that this is an opportunity for you to share his legacy.
He is the best person I ever met, and I'm lucky for him to be my father, you know. And it's kind of surreal. I feel like it's a dream still that I won't be able to get to see him anymore. But he's still my dad. He's always going to be my dad. Too loud? Okay. Sorry. And, you know, he's looking down at us right now. He's the most godly person I've ever met in my life. He's really influenced me and my family with our faith. And, I mean, I know where he's at. He's looking down at us, and he's just waiting. He's saying, why you guys sad? You know, I'm having the best time of my life up here.
You're wearing blue. Why?
So it's a funny story. He always wore blue because I was having a rough time for the past 3 years with old coaching staff, but it's okay. And his silent way of kind of like protesting, he would wear blue at every single game. And so
everybody's in red, so
yeah.
you pick out Dad.
Yeah, and we always say he would stick out like a sore thumb because he would hate all of this because he was a very private man. He loved his family, but he was a very private man, but he was so sweet and kind. But he would always stick out when he would come to games with the blue and his black Adidas hat that he would always wear. So we're always going to miss him, but we're just excited to see him someday.
You know what I love? I love the smile on his face. You see that, man? I mean, you should be smiling about him, man. That's good. Thanks for sharing a little bit about it.
How was your team, this community kind of rallied around you?
It's just been great. You know, it's just a union. You know, we used to never have that, but now we do. And just everybody, Husker Nation's been backing our family up and getting the word out about my dad and about the Lord. and and there's just so much support about everything. And you know, the O-line group, we're a really tight-knit family, and we just love each other so much.
Well, you talked about support. Well, there's some support that's coming even out
Stand
of
by.
Lincoln,
And
Nebraska.
rehearse this one more time.
Union has a message.
Yeah.
Hey Christian, it's Gabrielle Union. I am incredibly honored and humbled to wear your dad, Scott Gaylord's jersey today on College Game Day.
She said that she is humbled and honored to wear your dad's jersey on game day today. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Just know that get it out that he was just such a loving person, and he would do anything for someone. It's just an honor for
Well, thank you so much for spending time with us. Good luck on your way out to celebrate your dad's legacy and his life. Thank you so much, Christian.
Good job, brother.
Christian, obviously, Nebraska obviously has a big game today. He's a part of this community, and this community is going to back this and have a big game today. In honor of big games, we will get you now to some big game sound.
Just feel like this upcoming weekend is just another obstacle, another step that we need to take in order to be the best team we can be.
You know, we're big guys, and everybody wants to take a shot at us.
To beat a really good team like Ohio State is, you got to play your best. You got to have the right mentality.
He can throw the ball. He can control the offense. He is a veteran, and how fast he is and how he can maneuver around in the pocket.
On the road, night game, one of the best programs in the country, and one of the best stadiums in the conference, and so it's going to be a hostile environment.
All right, so I got the opportunity yesterday to hang out a little bit in Nebraska. They say, okay, all right, we're gonna meet some fans. That's what we're gonna do now. Things are getting chaotic. We've been hanging out all morning here, and the fans have been amazing. Loving the outfits. We got a sign here. Lee Corso, he's trying to get to meet Lee. I don't know if I can make Lee happen, but this is an innovative sign because it's two-sided. You got Lee Corso, flip it around. On the other side,
Our wife left us.
my life. I don't think you guys are old enough to be married, though.
No, not at all.
So fake sign. We can't handle fake signs around here. There's no way. I mean, there's no way. Oh, we have Justin Fields is a clown.
Justin Fields is a clown. That's all it is. Go Big Red, baby!
Can we acknowledge, though, the most impressive part about that sign is that it's so meticulously cut out. Like, it's not just a clown on a sign. Like, you had to get in with scissors. Did you do that yourself?
I did not draw this. I found this on the ground, and
the level of fraudness. There is sign fraudness going. I know fraudness isn't a word, but oh, come on, follow. Now you're pleading for Twitter followers. I don't even know. Do we have a genuine sign going on around here? Oh, okay. Okay, the black shirts are ready to harvest their fields.
I like that.
See?
It's a trifold. It's a trifold, like a science fair project. That's
so
nice.
Who came up with the sign?
It is.
I did.
Okay, did you make it yourself?
I did.
All right, so far we actually have something going on here.
Good.
Okay, did you find the cutouts and do everything yourself?
Yeah, me and a buddy.
Well, no, you didn't do it yourself then.
All right, so that's the MVP so far. That's the best one we have. I'm not related to John, but I'm still a Madden. That's a self.
I get it.
Okay, big book for you. Let's see. Herb Street. There's a lot of Herb Street love here. I mean, the signs are good. Peppa, what are you doing on game day? Like, I don't know. This.
I like it's been 12 years.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been 12 years.
Yes.
Spectacular. Okay, is that
That's
yours?
smart.
Yeah, it's me and his right here. Okay, the best part about this, I don't know if you can see this. He's actually wearing a long sleeve corn shirt, which I now
why
want.
wouldn't you?
I want this corn shirt in my life. Okay.
It's chilly outside.
Did you buy the corn shirt specific for game day, or was it already in your closet?
I just wanted to wear something that might stand out.
This is remarkable. I mean, the corn hats, corn shirts. I don't even know what's going on here.
I just like
this.
Titanic.
I had the opportunity in Nebraska. Sometimes, they say that the food here is amazing, and I decided that I was going to check some of these signature food things here in Nebraska out. Check this out. Apparently, when you come to Lincoln, Nebraska, you have to try something called a runza. There's one on every street corner. I have no idea what it is, but here it goes. It's just one big thing of dough. I have no idea what's in this thing. Oh, it's not bad, but I'm not full. So let's kick it up a notch.
All right, we're sitting inside Lead Bellies with their owner, Mike. Mike, I have to ask you, fully leaded jacket, where did this idea come from?
The full leaded jacket is just kind of our take on a Nebraska tradition. This is a homemade cinnamon roll with a ground chuck patty, your meaty chili going on there, the jalapenos, sour cream, cheese. Of course, you need something to mop all that up with, so we've got some tortilla chips to go along with it.
I'm going to admit it, I'm pretty scared. I can hear Pollack's arteries right now. Like, I can hear the lecture that I'm going to get for Pollack for even trying this thing. Here we go. Wish me luck. It's actually really good. This is actually really, really, I didn't think that I'd love it, but the cinnamon roll in the middle is an American treasure. Nebraska, I think I love you. I was skeptical, I'll be honest. I was really skeptical on the whole thing, but I'm telling you, I've been eating clean all
when
year.
you got to the cinnamon roll,
I was reminded suddenly that cinnamon rolls taste better than vegetables. I'm just telling you, that was my big reminder.
Pollack, the look on your face right now, I'm worried about you.
Layers of disgust.
Maria, you can't tell me that looked good.
It didn't. It didn't look good.
Okay, but I'll be honest.
You had that before.
Oh, yeah. See,
okay,
these guys get it.
So have you had that sober?
They're being supportive of their hometown.
It took everyone a second.
Yeah.
I will say this. It looked a little strange on the menu. I thought it was going to be weird when they brought it out to the table.
But it was solid.
But it was solid. Like, there's something about the mix of the cheese and the burger and the cinnamon roll that really worked for
and
me.
the fries and the jalapenos. Yeah, sure.
And for
yeah,
anybody that doesn't know, like, David Pollack hasn't put anything in his body that isn't healthy in like 27 years at this point. And he talks about it frequently.
Doesn't eat sweets at all. So we should bring sweets here.
We should do that. We should do that. In
and we
honor.
have a reason to do it too.
Oh, nice.
Look at this.
Happy birthday.
It is Mike Golick Jr.'s 30th
How
birthday.
about that, guys?
If you ever watch Golick and Wingo, which you should, you realize that Mike is a lover of donuts. So we got you in honor of that.
We didn't light your candle though.
Oh, that's great.
Hey. Happy birthday to you.
I mean, I gotta eat something.
Yeah, no, that's why we got it. We didn't get
Happy 40th.
We didn't get it to
look at.
Wow.
Relax.
All right.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Wow, he can't even cut it.
Get in there.
It's aggressive.
I was actually, I didn't think it was a real cake.
No.
It is real and it's spectacular.
And we got you, I mean, it seems fitting.
We're
given
going to
the
feed
company.
the kids. Come on, let's feed.
We got
can
you
we feed
ESPN.
We're feeding the kids.
You just made everybody really happy, Maria.
Mickey Mouse. Oh, come on,
If
Mike.
Gojo could actually cut the cake, then I would give you a piece of it.
He's a child. He's a child. By the way, I'm taking your corn.
There's no silverware. Use your hands. Use your hands.
I'll bring it back, I promise.
Eat it. Are you going to eat it or not?
Can we
Get in there.
Wait, can we get Pollack to take a piece of cake?
Nope.
That's a real. Oh. Nope. You know what? You got to find your joy.
That's what I'm talking about. Get in there.
You got to find your joy.
If you're going to eat waffle fries and cinnamon rolls together,
by the way,
my
Mike,
God, you
share
can
with
eat
your
some cake.
friends, guys.
Mike, I don't know if you noticed, but we got you some game day signs too. We got official game day signs here for Mike Golick Jr.'s 30th birthday, and I'm wearing a corn
You're
hat.
wearing a corn hat.
Holding up a happy birthday Gojo sign. I'm not sure where my life went
I'm just a man wearing
wrong.
a corn hat asking you to wish me a happy birthday.
That's simple.
Thank you, Jason.
It's really simple.
Look at this kid right here. He's getting in there. I like that. That's what I'm talking about. Get in here right here.
That's what we got.
Look at this guy right here.
That's what we got.
Look at him.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, that guy's in it.
Oh, Lost, please return to South
Can I
Bend.
give
We
it to a
found
guy
one.
wearing a Notre Dame jersey?
Make sure the Notre Dame guy gets cake.
Notre Dame? Give Notre Dame
That one's
cake.
from me.
Okay.
He needs
That
it.
one's from me.
He needs it after last week.
Sorry.
I will say this.
Put a smile on his face.
Maria,
There's nothing wrong with that.
You mentioned the Notre Dame jersey.
Yeah.
This might be the first game day that I've been at where I don't see the other team in the front row. I don't see an Ohio State jersey in the front row.
Good job, Nebraska.
Every single week we've seen the opposing fans make some sort of infiltration. That has not happened this week.
Oh, yeah, let me get Daddy Frost up over here.
Daddy Frost seems like a really apt title for this cake scene
Daddy
right
Frost.
now.
Oh, I like that.
While you're cutting the cake, do you have a pick
Gotta
in the
move
game?
this way.
Do I have a pick in the game today? I don't want to disappoint this crowd.
Yeah, the crowd can't
Say it
hear us
real
now.
quiet.
Make a pick.
Ohio State.
Okay.
You got a pick in the game?
Yeah, Ohio State.
Got a pick?
Ohio State.
I'm working the game. I don't have to make a pick. Okay, thank you so much for joining us on Countdown to College Game Day presented by Coke.
Not even going to be close.
Make sure you share a Coke. We're going to be sharing a lot of fun out here. We shared cake, we shared birthdays, and we shared a lot of college football talk. Make sure you join us next week, 30 minutes before game day. Now turn on ESPN and watch College Game Day.
All right.
Thanks for letting me crash the party, guys.
Yeah. Happy birthday, homie.
That's great having you
Happy
here.
birthday. Boy, Fitz, that a girl?
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. That's we didn't mean that.
2019.
Yeah, it's fluid. Everyone's fluid. Thank you.
Get your mic switched.
I'm going inside first. Take this off and then I'll go over there.
You did a good job acting surprised.
What's that?
You did a good job at acting surprised.